Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. My name is Bliss Foster. Sharks! I won't take up too much of your time. Let's start here. Iris Van Herpen. Firstly, just look at this stuff. Iris's work is like if the rich people from Hunger Games had excellent taste. This stuff is wild, and it looks gorgeous. Not only does she pass my personal tests for what makes a good brand by keeping concept first and going into an enormous amount of detail on her website about those concepts, but she also is pushing fashion forward in a massive way. That, by the way, is how I will be defending my position of best designer currently living. How are they pushing fashion forward? In the case of Iris, it's with technology. Fashion has benefited an enormous amount from technology. I've heard it said before that textiles are one of the first pieces of technology that was ever developed by humans. But usually, advances in technology in fashion have been used for industrial design purposes, meaning that they simply make our lives easier. Things like rain gear and moisture-wicking properties in socks. Very rarely do advances in technology result in furthering fashion as an art form. And that's where Iris comes in, and that is why she is heading up this video. I was lucky enough to go to an exhibition of Iris's work a few years ago, and my biggest takeaway was a quote from Iris where she said, and I'm paraphrasing here, if something looks hand-finished, it's probably 3D printed. And if something looks 3D printed, then I likely found a way to hand sew it with the team. And okay, look, I'm just gonna read you a little section of her show notes. Quote, the symbiotic volumes are made from gradient-dyed silks that are multi-layered into sculptural shapes by a fine 3D laser-cut frame of PETG to create hybrid bird shapes in dimensional color gradations that hover in symbiosis with the body like mythological creatures. Your favorite could literally never. Let's just be honest. Iris is often pretty shy about writing out the specifics of her process, but she's certainly not shy about showing it, and it's just hit after hit after hit. This is concept-driven art that pushes the art medium itself outward. Robert Geller has this incredible quote where he says, women's wear is a big circle wherein you're trying to figure out your place within that little circle. And men's wear is a small circle, and your goal is to increase the size of that circle just slightly. Okay, well, Iris flips the damn script on that and takes the big circle of women's wear and pushes that outward, and then in the new territory that she has discovered, she stands alone. Iris Van Herpen is the best fashion designer currently living. Prove me wrong. Okay, part two, I'm gonna pitch you another one. And you're building a rebuttal, right? Like you need to be building a case for your submission for the best designer currently living so that you can defend that down in the comments. I don't know if you knew what was going on here. That's what's happening. I would like to see some disagreement in the comments. Build your case, reply to others, reply to replies of your comment, reset your brain, let's start again. Rei Kawakubo is the best fashion designer currently living. The struggle with many fashion designers is to find a way to express their art in a pure way and also to make money. Comme des Garçons is the single best example of this balance in fashion history. It's obviously a very cool take to hate on the CDG playline, but I don't know. If selling high quality basics is able to support, I have to read this off. CDG shirt, CDG homme deux, CDG homme plus, Comme des Garçons, Comme des Garçons. That's a real diffusion line. It's called Comme des Garçons, Comme des Garçons. And it's really good. The 5 different lines entrusted to Junya Watanabe, Noarkai Ninomiya, Guerrilla Pop-Up Shops, a full line of department stores that support upcoming avant-garde designers, and the most uncompromising fashion runway art in the history of mankind. If some high-quality basics can pay for that, like, I'll take the trade-off. And honestly, fuck you if you've ever made fun of some kid for wearing the heart shoes. Like, that high schooler gave Grandma Rei 150 of their own dollars so that she could then make her runway art. How much money have you given Grandma Rei, cool guy? Respect the heart shoe, let's move on. But yeah, from a business perspective alone, this is an incredible feat. I honestly don't understand how this is financially possible. And beyond all of that, Comme des Garçons' body of work is unbelievable. Even if we ignore that Grandma Rei founded a whole genre of fashion, just watching these shows is like looking at satellite footage of a solar storm, just awe-inspiring in its massive, brooding intensity. And the final product isn't watered down. Anyone who's looked into buying anything from one of the main lines of Comme has seen that this brand is not only making incredible presentations, they're manufacturing and selling product that lives up to the otherworldly runway shows. And there are lots of brands in the history of fashion that show up, do something really special and innovative for 5 years, and then they're gone. Grandma Rei has been plunging the depths of new fashion for 39 fucking years. Get the fuck out. 39 years? That is insane. Rei Kawakubo is the best fashion designer currently living. Prove me wrong. Uh-oh, the light's getting weird in here. I had to move one of the cushions from right here so it wouldn't shine like directly into my eye. Okay, back it up. Let's wipe the slate clean. We're gonna do one more. Buckle in. Martin Margiela was born on April 9th, 1956. Hi, my name is Bliss Foster, and I think that Martin Margiela is the best fashion designer currently living. You thought we were getting out of here without doing this? Fuck out of here. If you think there's a better designer than Martin Margiela, you can leave. The only definitive way that you can measure quality of art is its influence, and there is no one more influential in modern fashion than Margiela.
Oh, but Bliss, Cristobal Balenciaga and Christian Dior are far more influential.
That is patently untrue, and I don't appreciate you lying. True, you can talk about designers who might have better technique in some way or someone who ran a more financially successful maison, but the real genius is the one who makes everything before them obsolete and then everything after them look strangely familiar. Martin Margiela brought us into the modern world of fashion, and he changed the priceless commodity of fashion, the X factor of fashion. He shifted that from beauty to coolness. One time, Marc Jacobs got accused of stealing an idea from Martin Margiela, and his response to that was, yeah, so everyone steals from Martin Margiela. And it's true, the impact of Martin's 20 years in the industry were so fundamental to our current definition of good design that it's kind of not theft anymore. It's barely even an homage. Martin's work has become so wildly influential that direct references to his work are just, like, I don't know, they're just good design. And of course, we're just talking about Margiela's actual clothes here. I haven't even gotten into how his radical views on transparency, recycling, and upcycling were so ahead of their time that most fashion houses are just now putting the finishing touches on their ad campaigns so they can start imitating what Martin did 31 years ago. Martin made it cool to show backstage footage. He was the first one in a high fashion context to alter and reuse antique clothing. He popularized guerrilla runway shows. And I don't know if this would actually hold up in a court of law, but I'm the one with the microphone, so Martin Margiela is the best fashion designer currently living. Prove me wrong. And if it means anything, Martin Margiela's work has been so incredibly moving to me that I've dedicated years of time to making a series where I analyze every single runway show that he did. He did 40 women's wear shows, and we're about 23 episodes in at this point. It's about 6.5 hours worth of content. And I mean, if you haven't checked out that series before, I'd obviously strongly recommend it. Martin Margiela's work is so good that in my case, it has literally been life-changing. Please check out the Margiela series today. I really want to get some discussion surrounding this to start up. We've had a lot of fun here. I've been like a total goofball and have like acted super like aggressively defensive of my positions. But I think as this video demonstrates, there really can't be a single best, absolute best designer. It's just people who do things in a certain way that is very changing, challenging, whatever to the industry. So who's the best? Defend your position in the comments, reply to other people's comments, ask them questions, challenge their position politely. And hey, if you aren't on the Patreon, you're really missing out. There's exclusive episodes on there. There's extended versions of my interviews. There's extended versions of the Margiela series. There's extended versions of some Rick Owens episodes. Lots of exclusives. You get to watch all of the live streams back. It's really a party in there. Oh, and you get to join the private Discord server wherein a bunch of fashion people who are way smarter than me just talk about clothes all day. It's brilliant. Like as soon as I hit off on this, I'm just gonna open the Discord and start talking to people again. It starts at $3 a month. If you can afford it, please select a higher tier so that this channel can continue to run. There's also a $9 tier and a $30 tier for people who really, really believe in this project. I love you all a lot. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.